cut.
Perfect. What up, y'all? Welcome back. Part 2 of our elk calling series. And for those of y'all that clicked on the video that are new, take just a second, hit the subscribe button. You're going to want to follow along, okay? Also, my wife keeps telling me I need to get rid of some more hats. So hit me up on flatlanderhunt@yahoo.com. You can order a hat or even send me a question or anything like that. I'd be happy to respond back to you. Also, go check out Elk Bros at elkbros.com. Also, on any podcast platform, you can find the Elk Bros podcast and listen to all of their great content. I am now an Elk Bros coach, so you can hear me on there on the past couple episodes, and a whole lot more to come. Anyways, I want to get right into this video. This is my bull that I shot this past season in Colorado, and I basically break down that whole day of elk hunting, okay, from kind of start to finish. And you can kind of see how everything is laid out. Now, I want to warn you, some of the camera footage is subpar, but I let it play out because I want you to see what is really going on. Like, I don't cut a whole lot of it out. So there is going to be some upside down shots and some running, and you really get a feel for what's going on right before I close the deal. So I hope you enjoy this. What up, y'all? I'm hiking back in. I'm at about 11,000 feet. Getting pretty close to dropping off this backside of this mountain. Yesterday we packed out Kyle's bull. 15-mile day yesterday. We were out of food anyway, so I've packed in about another 8 days worth of food. So I'm gonna go in here and try to see if there's any bugles back here on this backside before it gets dark. I'm kind of pushing my time. I need to get up and over this mountain before it gets dark on me. Anyways, wish me luck. Okay, remember y'all, whenever you're locating elk and you think you're in a good area, you need to call near to far. So start out with your cow call, then move to a bugle. Now, if you notice here, I did a soft cow call, then moved up the volume and tried to reach out a little bit further. With no response, I just keep covering ground and keep pushing. Now, I want you guys to understand, I have been repeating this process all day long, okay? Cow call, bugle. I'm trying to locate elk, and it's probably around 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now. So don't think that this just happens immediately. So right after we left this wallow, I ended up getting a response. Unfortunately, it was not on camera, but we checked the wind and closed the distance. You can barely hear it right there as the plane passes by, but that bull responds to those two cow calls. Then I follow up with another couple of longer cow calls, letting that bull know that I heard him and I'm moving his way. It's just so wide open. Right there, I give a little roundup bugle and a chuckle just so I can kind of set the stage that I'm trying to keep a hold of my hot cow as we move a little closer to the herd. Also notice that I'm side hilling. The bull is downhill from me and to my right. The wind is coming from my right to my left, as well as the thermals are pulling up. So I'm using that last little bit of sun to help me with the wind as I approach this situation. Also notice I'm casting my calls. I'm putting cow calls out front, and then I'm turning around and bugle behind me to make it appear that there is distance between the bull and the cow. right there, I'm setting that scene, a roundup bugle and a couple of cow calls. Just as I'm moving in, I'm just trying to play that game like I'm trying to keep control of my cow as she approaches that other bull. Also take note, guys, we're not trying to be quiet when we are moving into these elk. We're calling like elk, so we need to sound like elk. And that's exactly what we're doing. Okay, y'all, I want to paint this picture for you. The elk are right here, okay? This is my bull right there. And here I am right here, okay? Now, what I'm afraid of is the wind currently is actually coming like this, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm afraid that this bull is going to come and he's going to cross my wind and try to come around because I'm calling over here. So I'm actually making a giant circle and coming in like this. So this whole time that I've been dropping and coming down this way, as I'm moving, the wind is dictating where I need to come. So I'm actually moving completely around. And at the same time, it's giving this bull the idea that I'm trying to keep my cow from him. And at the same time, it's irresistible to him. So y'all, you've got to play the game, right? Don't just go marching right in there, bugling right at his face, right? Play the game. Sometimes don't call any at all and just make a bunch of noise when you're going through the woods. It'll simulate like that bull is chasing that cow, right? Get into it. Don't make this like you've really got to think through the whole situation. Okay. You can't just go dive right in there. Okay. Make sure that you really think about the whole situation. I'm not showing you, but I'm sitting there sometimes and I'm contemplating, okay, I've got the wind coming this way. The thermals are still pulling up just a little bit. So as long as I keep him below me and to my right, then I know that I can get that opportunity. Okay. Not only that, at the same time, I'm thinking about what I'm going to tell that bull next. Or if he responds in a way, what am I going to say next to him? Right? If you listen, the cow calls that I'm giving him are a little bit longer and drawn out, right? They're not just no, they're, I'm still leaving a little bit of room there to even amp that up a little bit. If I really need him to come to me as soon as possible, then I'm going to hit him with that contact buzz. See what I mean? Think about the whole situation. Don't just go straight in there. Sometimes you have to cover a lot more ground to get the situation on your hand to be able to drop in there and successfully harvest that bull. So the bull just bugled and I immediately respond to him with a cow call, letting him know that I'm moving his way. At the same time, I throw in a little roundup bugle just to kind of make the situation seem real. And remember that the cows always choose the bull. So whenever I'm moving towards a bull, I act like I am a cow that wants to come see that bull. As I'm moving into that bull, I'm cow calling to him just to let him know that I'm on my way. The bull just bugled, but I'm being very cautious. It's wide open, and I'm making sure to take my time and call only when it's absolutely necessary. So this is basically a solo calling situation, right? I'm constantly checking the wind, and if I make a call from one location, I actually move forward and try to set up just on the downwind side of where I made that call, anticipating the bull to want to move around. Now I'm close to being on the bull's level. I throw out a couple cow calls, and immediately he responds. Exactly the response that I was looking for. He bugled right back at me, pegging his location. So I'm going to move down. I know I've got a little bit of room before he can get into my eyesight. At this point, we're basically running to make a big circle and get that wind correct. I apologize about this footage, y'all, but I really want you to understand what's going on right here before I shoot this bull. We are covering ground and trying to get in position to have a call in. This should be eye-opening for you new guys. Don't worry about making the noise. You're not on a deer hunt. This is an elk hunt, and you have to cover ground and you have to get to where you need to be as soon as possible. Did you hear that? A second bugle. Now I know there's multiple bulls, so I've got to be on point while I'm moving. I've got to be scanning at all times, looking for movement or looking for elk. At the same time, I'm circling around to try to get the wind right because I'm so close. It's right on the verge of ruining this hunt. So as we were moving forward, I spotted elk. So I stopped, gave a couple cow calls, and then I'm getting ready to take a shot. This is a perfect scenario if you have a partner that can call for you. If your partner was set up about 180 to 100 yards behind you, made a few cow calls, started raking, let out a roundup bugle, it would be perfect. The bull would come right into your shooter. Unfortunately, Bear doesn't know how to call. He's just my cameraman for today. So the herd bull keeps calling for me, right? But just in front of him are a couple of satellite bulls that have been coming in silent this whole time. Those are the elk that I have spotted, and I'm fixing to take that opportunity. Sometimes it's better to ignore that bull when he's trying to really call to you. It just makes him want to come up there and check for you even more. Notice how I only call to the herd bull. There are several different bulls bugling, but I only respond to one. This bull ends up coming up too far to my left, and I think he catches my wind. He's lucky he had a big group of trees in between me and him. Immediately after that bull catches my wind, I bark at him. He stops in the wrong place, and then he starts moving off again, and I bark again, getting these bulls to slow down as I cow call my way to them with cover in between me and the bull, putting myself in a situation to make a shot. I told my cameraman, when the time comes, I might ask you to rake a tree. Unfortunately, I totally forgot to ask him, but he did right at the perfect time to draw that bull a little closer. And then I bark and scream a bugle and then a lip ball to amplify the situation like I have a hot cow. And that bull came right up from 60 to 45 yards, giving me a shot. Unfortunately, Bear couldn't rake and film at the same time, so he dropped the camera. And when he stops raking, I tell him, keep raking, because it really simulated like there was a struggle or a fight going on up there over this cow. If you guys want to see this hunt along with Kyle's bull that we both harvested within 5 days of each other, go back and watch those videos. Epic hunts in Colorado. I edit a bunch of this stuff out with all the bad camera work and stuff, so it's a little bit better put together. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this helps you harvest your bull this year. Started running. Him and another one was behind him, running. I had a perfect, it was probably a perfect 40-yard shot. Really? Yeah, dude, I mean, he's just right there. Perfect 40-yard shot. I didn't pay attention. It hit a freaking limb, and it deflected, and it hit him in his neck and dropped him in his tracks.
crazy, man. Happened fast, dude.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm just glad I didn't mess it up. Oh my God, it was the best, dude. It was the best. It couldn't happen any better. Yes.
Sometimes you just gotta get aggressive and just make it happen.
Yeah.
The herd bull was down there screaming for me, the cow.
Right.
And when you started raking, it was
Yeah, dude.
the game ender.
Yes. Yes.
That's why I was like, keep raking. They're running.
Come on.
Like I said in the clip before, I executed my shot as good as I possibly could, and somewhere mid-flight it ticked a branch. I think it was almost right to him, and it hit a branch. And anyways, it hit him right in the neck and dropped him in his tracks. And then I don't know if Bear got it on film, me going up and finishing him off, but I put a heart shot on him to put him out of his misery. And I mean, he expired pretty quick. Let's go down there and get our hands on him. First 4-point raghorn. Oh, he's a 5-point on this side. That's tag number 2 in Colorado in less than 5 days. We're gonna fill another one tomorrow. Right on. We're gonna get to do some cutting. Get this booger taken care of. Take some pictures. He'll eat good. That's for sure. Thank you, dude.
Hey, you got it, man. How far to go? 100 yards? 80 yards?
What?
After you shot him?
He didn't. He dropped in his tracks.
Really? Wow.
That's as far as he went. Right here.
Dang.
Badass.
It's
awesome, man. You wanted an experience.
Yeah, it was it, dude. It was it. Man.
I'm gonna get him spun around and get you to take some pictures.
You got it.
I'm about to set up my tripod. That's him, everybody.